Hey, this is Esther. If you're watching this video, this means that you're actually thinking about joining HTC. I'm not really sure where you're coming from and what walk you've been through, to bring you to this stage where you're thinking about making this decision. But maybe if I share my story with you, maybe my story you might be able to resonate with, and hopefully that helps you become more informed and make a decision as to whether you want to join HTC for yourself or not. So just to give a bit of context, I came into HTC at a stage of my life where I just quit my corporate job and I wanted to transition to becoming an entrepreneur in the property industry. So I've been through a lot of other courses that taught me a lot of knowledge about property development and renovation and all of that, subdivision, all of that sort of stuff. And the one thing that a lot of them didn't tell me is actually what Dan mentioned in the wealth triangle, that before you even start to have your own business and before you even start to have and become or think about investing, the first thing you need to invest in is not actually that property that you're thinking of, but actually yourself, in the form of a high income skill. And that I did not have. So I heard that and I thought, good point. And then in the webinar, I looked at what he was offering, and I interpreted it as a closing skill, which is actually phone in the form of a phone call, right? And what I was concerned with was that in my property job right now, I am doing a lot of sales, but it's person to person and business to business, business to client type face-to-face sales. And I was thinking, okay, if this course is something that is just phone scripts or something like that, questions that you ask the other person on the other end of the phone, then maybe apart from opening this up to a new opportunity, perhaps it's not really for me. And then in the webinar, I saw the ability to perhaps work with Dan and earn maybe something like 150 to 200k a year, which equates to somewhere between 10 and 20 grand a month, and that is quite super. And I thought, well, how many opportunities does Dan really have? And it's actually an opportunity for me to be part of his team. And what's the potential for me actually to really be able to earn that 150 to 200k a year, by which I mean doing part-time, right? Part-time, being able to earn that much a year, that would really mean a lot to me, because then I can free up that time to engage in my property development entrepreneurial activities. And there are a lot in the background. So actually, when I was watching that webinar, after watching the webinar, I filled out all of my details on the sign up form, and I was about to hit pay by credit card, but I stopped. I thought, okay, I'm gonna talk to someone who knows this a little bit more before I make a better decision. So I actually approached Dan on LinkedIn and then told him that I'm interested in his HTC and that I've been watching his Boston to Bentley series. And then he pointed me to a closer who actually, I asked him the same questions that I just shared, and he answered every one of them. And most importantly, what did it for me was he actually shared his journey during and after graduation, and he's one of the earliest batches that actually went through. And he told me sort of at the very minimum what I can expect, and what I can expect out of that is actually per hour I will be earning about at least 10 times the standard wage of an Australian worker in an hour. Just a standard. I'm not talking about high end or anything like that, right? So 10 times though, and that's a very minimum. So it really is a high ticket thing that you engage yourself into. And then he told me about some postgraduate success that have been not even after the 7 weeks, but during the 7 weeks, some of them have made phenomenal leaps. And what I'm talking about is they're dealing with multi-million, like tens or 20, $30 million worth of transaction, like one transaction, millions of dollars. And they were able to negotiate that sort of transactions during their course of learning in the program and being a student. And that was quite phenomenal for me. So he asked if I could, picture myself going in either of these routes, and I could picture myself, at least achieving that minimum, but definitely heading towards the maximum, especially when I know that there's a lot of opportunity, especially in the property industry, sales, closing related. So, and so then the surprise that I discovered when I joined HTC, well, actually, surprise is and overrated. It's not the right word to use. Surprise, I was actually shocked. I was shocked at the amount of self-reflection I had to do. I was surprised at how much garbage was in me I had to get rid of in order to be a confident and convicted sales closer. And we had to go through all of that to get me to where I am now. And I was surprised at how many things were suppressed within me through my upbringing, through family expectations, through friends' expectations, through societal expectations, through cultural expectations, through business and corporate world expectations. I realized that I was never able to be myself, not to the full extent. And a lot of my natural personality that would otherwise shine have been sort of trampled upon and just not allowed to glow, because maybe I don't know, people might feel threatened or something if they see me successful in that way, right? So the key thing that was able to bring that new real personality out is the environment that Dan has crafted in his HTC group. Everyone is so supportive and there's absolutely no victimization. So that means that there's no fear of retribution. Anything that you try, because you try a lot during the course, and there's a lot of live participation, which is obviously not like the other courses. And so trying all of that out, I then start to develop into the me that I want to be. And that is that confident sales closer that you see now, and I'll keep improving now that I know what to do. Nothing. In terms of tangible results, something quite interesting happened, and I just wanted to share that with you a little bit. Is that through this 7 weeks, unexpectedly, I was actually approached by 2 HTC graduates, because they know sort of the career path I'm on right now, and we had the opportunity to work together for the due diligence and the feasibility of a $15 million property deal. That was phenomenal. And through this experience that we had together, just compiling the feasibility, which would take other people maybe 2 to 3 weeks to get all of the right information, accurate information, we did it in about 2 to 3 days. And that was quite phenomenal. We were around the clock getting everything done and solving every single obstacle and challenge, and there were a lot, from logistics to structures and stuff like that, that happened during that process, and we overcome it all. Why? Because the people that I work with are HTC graduates, and we all come in with the no bullshit, no victimization, and proactive initiative taking mentality that we know we have to do everything it takes to be successful. And therefore we got that done, really, really quickly. So now the same couple of us are not just talking about that deal that's just passed, but we're actually talking about future collaboration opportunities and how each of our businesses can help each other and through the future, and how can we, what are the goals each business has, and how can we help each other so that we all grow as businesses and entrepreneurs in our entrepreneurial journey. So that was quite amazing. Apart from that, I'm applying HTC mindset into everything I do. Then I realized that HTC is not a program, like an educational course. It's definitely educational, but that's not all it is. HTC is a lifestyle.